Hello everyone and welcome to TYTSports, a very fantastic show on this Friday. J.R. Jackson is here and my uncle, Michael Schur, the brother of Ben Mankiewicz, is here. Hello friend, how are you?
Neither.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the running joke, obviously.
Yeah,
the MOTs of the world. So let's continue on as we shall. Major League Baseball has decided to institute replay. It is incredibly surprising because we all thought that this old sort of fraternity of Major League Baseball would never ever change their ways. It was a 30-0 vote. A few of the plays that they can review, if we shall. First base, home plate, and basically all the bases except for the neighborhood call. Now, before I even go further, shouldn't that be reviewed?
What?
The neighborhood call, when they're turning a double play.
Yes, that should be reviewed. Yeah. I mean, although there's some things that are part of baseball that are understood, and the neighborhood call is one of them. And listen, if there's one thing that we've all been saying for years is baseball has to find a way to slow the games down. And I think that adding replay, I think stopping a baseball game to look at tape like they do in the NFL, that's just what baseball needs right now.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I understand why they're going in that direction. I mean, the umpires, the game is too fast for the umpires in lots of cases. But the neighborhood call...
Too fast how?
Well, too fast in that the plays happen at such a bang-bang clip, faster than they ever have. The pitchers more pitchers are pitching harder, there are more balls that are going in play than were, I would think, certainly in this decade and the previous decade, you know, than the others. I don't know if the 2000s have been more than the 90s. But so listen, like every game, you know, in football they're bigger and they hit harder and the plays move faster. But they have to find there has to be stuff that they can't review. So they have to put things in there because otherwise these games are going to be interminable.
I feel like I may have missed. I want to make sure the neighborhood call is or is not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not reviewable.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
actually.
I am too. Yeah.
You're okay with it as well.
Yeah, only because. That's one of the exciting aspects of the game. You know, it's one of the things people like to see, and they know.
The neighborhood call is one of the most...
not that it's a call, but like you want to see double plays are awesome.
Right? Double plays are great. But what I think it speaks to more is that baseball is a game about nuance, and there's some things that we've known about forever that haven't bothered us. The thing that bothers us is when Jeffrey Mayer interferes with a ball, or when there's a play at the plate where the guy.
The Yankees? Weren't you happy about that?
Well, I mean, yes, but I'm saying in terms of the
I know. I understand.
If you looked at it again, you would have seen it. If the umpires had the luxury of that, I don't want to know that a home run was called a foul ball when it was a home run. A call at the plate, if it's a run and the umpire missed the call there, it should be a run.
Well, no, go ahead.
As far as the whole good old boys or the old crusty men who wouldn't change their ways.
You forgot White as well, old crusty White.
All these things would change. Like we're talking about how the NCAA is now at least implementing a little bit of this playoff thing now. And then we know the review came in for NFL and even college. Baseball is going to do it. I'm not too surprised, only because there's so much more money in all these sports now. These things mean a lot more now. From one call to another, it could change a game, could change a series, could change a championship. So they can't screw this up anymore because there's too much money at stake. There's too many people getting paid and paying to be in these games. They have to answer to the money.
It's always, I mean, it does go back to the money. I'm not sure that that's like always the number with baseball, the #1 driving factor. The point is, you know, the NFL put this in. It has, on balance, worked, even though sometimes they still get them wrong, and the rules are they drill them down. And baseball is much more cut and dried. It's going to be a lot easier. Yes. In football, they have to deal. Did he have possession? Did he make a football move in the nose? Did he make a football? You know, so there's a lot. You know, there's a lot that's kind of in a gray area. There, baseball, it was foul or it wasn't foul. Right, so I think it's going to be quicker because of that. The NHL, and I'm always plugging the NHL, but
there we go.
But they do something that the other leagues don't, which the NFL may be doing, which is
Major League Baseball is going
to be doing
yes.
Exactly, which is have the reviews take place in a central location. All the NHL reviews every night come from Toronto. Yeah, and God, you finished my sentence.
I know. We have that sort of relationship.
So the fact that that's going to happen too, it's going to make it uniform rather than just, you know, the whim of whoever happens to be at the ballpark.
And this is going to be taking place in New York as well. Yeah, and they're basically going to rotate a crew who is not on assignment at a certain game, and they're going to be in New York to review all these plays.
I don't know the degree to which this works for the NHL. But I mean, if you have multiple games going on, you got multiple things you're reviewing. I hope this crew is
8
large
umpires
enough.
for 15 games.
And just to make sure the crew. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things where you hope. You know, the first wave of a new idea, they're like, oh, we got to work out the kinks.
Right.
As long as they get this where it's not going to become inefficient because you didn't field enough people to really to review this. You have multiple games in one day and evening or whatever.
Sure.
You're like, oh, so we got 4 things we're reviewing right now.
The umpires like it too because of that too. I mean, the umpires like it because it's umpires doing it. So it's not some league official sitting and saying, oh, that was actually a foul ball. It's somebody from their union, somebody who's an umpire. And look, the NFL is the most successful league. Major League Baseball is losing interest, and they have to get the interest back. And hopefully, things like this, integrity of the game stuff is going to help them.
Here are the other calls, by the way: ground rule doubles, fan interference, stadium boundary calls, forced plays minus the neighborhood call, a tag play, fair foul in the outfield only, trap play in the outfield only as well, touching a base. Which, by the way, a trap play, why not in the infield? Why not? I mean, you would think that you would get a better angle because it's in the infield and it's not as far out, but I mean, if you could do the outfield, you could do the infield.
They have to be appealed as well. And I think the ones in the outfield, because it's farther from the dugout, that they're more likely to be appealed.
Sure.
They're not just going to, because a play is close, they're not just going to review it because it's close. So,
and do you think also they don't see it as big of a problem? Say they get a few of these infield trap rules wrong. Oh, it's infield. Maybe it scores a run if the right situation, but in outfield, if there's something wrong out there, if you get that wrong, a lot more can happen.
Well, that's a good point. That's a great point. You can tag. You can. I mean,
like at least if a guy gets on base with a blooper and then, or because they whatever way they may have gotten the trap wrong, he's on first. Okay.
Right.
Which, by the way, also I forgot to mention this. Each manager gets 1 challenge per game, and after the 7th inning on, the umpires get to review whatever they would like to review. Finishing up, touching a base requires an appeal, as you stated. Passing runners, record keeping. I don't even know what record keeping is, but again, the neighborhood play is non-reviewable. The bigger question is, if they win that first challenge, they get another challenge. And then if they win that one, you're shit out of luck and you don't get any more challenges.
Right. Well, I mean, the presumption is, I mean, the umpires can only cede so much. It's like we're not doing such a bad job that all of our calls are challengeable throughout the game, is what they want to say. The problem is going to come in the 7th inning, or let's say there's a trap. The umpire says absolutely wasn't a trap. I don't even want to review it.